bless you out there again, both Christian friends, pastors, saints, churches, American workers and government. God bless the military out there across the globe, around the world. Continuing, Jesus himself also verified that heaven is God's throne in Matthew 5:34. As God himself had clarified that heaven is my throne in Isaiah 66:1. How much work does God do? And what are the kind of godly works he performs? And how expansive is it from throne to throne? Between godly works and godly sorts. In other words, what are the sorts of godly works he had performed before the present creation? That he had to create heaven to rest upon afterwards. Think about these things because great knowledge and great wisdom always come from this side. We wanted to know why the angel Gabriel looked at Jesus with more reverence than God did the heaven, when both Jesus and the heavens is looked upon as a thing. When you have the right mind to think those right things, your mind will think right things. When your mind is mechanical, it thinks mechanical things. When your mind is earthly, it thinks earthly things. When your mind is heavenly, it thinks heavenly things. But when your mind is spiritual, it thinks in spiritual ways. The mind of the angel Gabriel is spiritual, but so is the mind of God. When we go up and into God's understanding about heaven and earth, pay attention closely, other than about he creating them both, and had promised to create others, we can see and get an understanding of the power and of the will and of the powerful mind of God in creating such vast things. It is more than seeing what was in the mind of God. By seeing those things which we see created and standing finished. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. Genesis 1:31. It's more than that. And we know that it is more than seeing what was in his mind through these finished things by his own words. Behold, I make all things new. An incredible understanding for any mind out there across the globe. Of the former heaven spoken of by John and earth, Revelation 21:1, they were passed away as Jesus predicted in Matthew 24:35. And he had alerted the world that they were in their transition, speaking of heaven and earth. That was done in Matthew 5:18. And God himself said, the former heaven and earth shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Isaiah 65:17. In fact, the earth and the heavens, the former, fled away. Revelation chapter 20, verse 11. And there was found no place for them. It was predicted that the heavens shall vanish away like smoke. Isaiah 51:6. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, of which we have given physics and the cause of this great noise. Every hypernova exploding simultaneously at the same time could not equal the sound of this great noise. Literally ripping the sky apart. And the elements, even those of high radiation with higher or the highest melting points, they shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, upon which all earthly occupations and practices occur, and the works, religious or otherwise, that are therein shall be burned up. Now that's 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. The reason for these things you have been taught in full. I've given you these reasons in full. You ought to know the reason why such things are so, to be in full. God, having made heaven, Shamayim, considered it a thing, or among those things he said, mine hand have made. Since all of these things have been, Isaiah 66:2, which included heaven and earth, what were they when they were made? Of what we know as heaven and earth. This knowledge and this truth is for his people that have sought him. Isaiah 65:10. We will continue on, but next time. God bless you, Global Christian friends.